Charmstick here, and guess what? It's Fan Friday. So today I'm going to answer some questions for my fans, so let's go ahead and get started. First question is, hi Charmstick, I cursed my neighbor and now he's vomiting frogs. How do I make it stop? Well, the short answer is this. This is how you make it stop. This is uncrossing incense. So basically anything that goes wrong or anything that you want to undo, you just blow the smoke, burn this, blow the smoke over it, and it should be fixed within 24 hours. The long answer is you really shouldn't be cursing people in general. Now let's go ahead and go over the definition of witchcraft versus regular magic that's sanctioned by the Mages Guild. So magic that the Mages Guild allows is basically anything that does not break the law. Once you've broken the law, you've committed witchcraft. And I would say that this is kind of in the gray area of generally you shouldn't be cursing people. The guild doesn't really like it when you curse or hex people, but otherwise you might want to talk to a lawyer and say, hey, what are the ramifications of this? Because I really can't answer that specifically for you. I hope that helps. Let's move on to the second question. Alright, so this next question says, which should I use, a store-bought wand or a homemade wand? Is there a difference? What a great question. So the differences between wands aren't really store-bought versus homemade, but more they're just different types of wands in general. So some wands have runes on the outside, and those are restricted wands. Basically, they only conduct certain kinds of energies. So there's going to be a difference between a wand that's primarily used for enchanting versus one that's primarily used for glamours. So there will be two different types of wands with different types of rune restrictions. That means they will only conduct energy of one of those two types of spellcasting. As opposed to, when you could talk about store-bought versus homemade, there are tons of places that you can buy store-bought wands. They're generally of very good quality. You can buy different kinds of woods, different mixtures of elements. There's a lot of different kinds of store-bought wands. However, a newer kind of phenomenon is people making their own wands, which as long as it's one of the 17 different types of magically conducting materials, you can totally do that. Another really big thing that's happening, if you check on Etsy, there's a lot of very finely craft wands, which I actually kind of have a collection of my own, and they can be used for all kinds of different things. Some newer innovators have actually mixed two different types or sometimes three different types of magics into one wand, and it's still not considered a general wand. So definitely check it out. There's a lot of information about wands. Check out your guild chapter's library, and they can probably help you get a more specific answer than that. But I hope that's a good start for you. Alright, last question. Do I need to be a member of the guild to do magic? Once again, this has a short answer and a long answer. The short answer is no, you can do magic without the guild. The longer answer is there are definitely pros and cons to being in the guild. A lot of good pros is that you have access to all of the different chapters. If you go visit a new town, you can go to their chapter, you can use their resources. They have libraries, they have classes you can take on the weekends. There's a lot of great stuff that comes from being a member of the guild. On the other hand, when it comes that you discover you have magical talents and the guild comes and finds you and says, hey, do you want to be a part of the guild? You are totally obligated, or not totally obligated, to say yes. You could say, no, I don't really want to be a part of the guild. You don't have to worry about the bureaucracy. You lose out on those guild resources, which I forgot to mention also includes a 10% off to Sears. But you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. If you want to do your own magic, if you want to be self-taught, if that's important to you, then no, don't be a part of the guild, and that's going to be totally fine. I'm a member of the guild. I highly recommend becoming a member of the guild, but once again, totally your choice. So that's all the questions that I had for today. Hope this was a interesting and fun Fan Friday. I definitely had a good time answering these questions. Go ahead and submit more if you have any. And otherwise, like and subscribe for more magical tips to everyday problems. Bye guys!